One of my fruity cuties yesterday told me, or she reminded me, that it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled.
Yep, that is a truism. Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Jeannette, and in 2010, I discovered where my food was coming from. I had no idea the horrific animal cruelty that went into my favorite foods. My chicken nuggets and my Big Mac. I had no idea that the foods that I loved came from horrific, insanely violent acts in these slaughterhouses. So I gave up eating dead animal body parts. A year later, in 2011, I found out about the dairy industry and the cruelty that goes on in order for me to have my pizza and my yogurt and my ice cream. So I gave up all dairy and all other animal products. And since 2011, I have been a raw vegan who has been on a quest to find out the truth. I've always been drawn to the truth. I've always wanted to know the truth about everything. And just recently, I was blessed with some truth that I'm so grateful and so happy to bring you today. We don't know much about this elusive vitamin B12, but what we do know is that it is essential. Or so they tell us.
Well, first of all, let's talk about vitamin B12. It's an absolutely essential nutrient.
Vitamin B12, which is an essential nutrient.
It's an essential nutrient.
12 is an essential nutrient.
This essential nutrient.
But let's just talk about what B12 is. It's an essential B vitamin.
It's an essential cofactor that your body needs.
B12 is essential for everyone.
Everyone.
Vitamin B12 is an essential B vitamin that is crucial for DNA synthesis and the production of blood cells.
So B12 is really important for a bunch of different things. In the formation of red blood cells, as well as formation of our DNA.
To make DNA.
It promotes healthy red blood cell production and proper neurological function. So yeah, pretty important.
And this is not only, plant-based people should be supplementing with B12.
We are obligated now, if you're a complete plant eater, to get your vitamin B12 out of supplemental sources.
Do you know how dangerous a vitamin B12 deficiency can be? And many people are walking around with this deficiency and they don't even realize it until weird symptoms begin popping up. This essential nutrient plays an enormous role in many aspects of your health.
You can just supplement it. I mean, that's very easy. You can take a B12 supplement and replace it.
You are going to need to get vitamin B12 as a supplement. Good news, it's in every drugstore, it's in every health food store, it's in every grocery store.
Currently, the official position of associations and governmental agencies is categorical and unequivocal. In the case of a vegetarian diet, even if you eat eggs and dairy, in fact, I would extend that to flexitarians eating a few servings of meat a week, supplementation of vitamin B12 is required. So best to just take it and not wait for symptoms to arise.
Where does vitamin B12 come from?
It's made by microbes in the soil. Animals don't make it.
Vitamin B12 is found in animal products.
Animals don't make it.
Take our water and we process it, and we throw chlorine in it, we kill all the bacteria. We have eliminated the natural sources of B12 in our environment. So that's why we have to take it.
Everything's triple washed, right? When I buy my greens, it says triple washed. So there's no more poop. So most plant-based or vegan people, we have a very minimal to poop-free diet. And so if you have a poop-free diet, you don't have B12 anymore. So you can just supplement it. I mean, that's very easy. You can take a B12 supplement and replace it.
It's in the grass particles, that is the grazing animals, the elephants, buffaloes, giraffes, deer, antelope. As they're grazing on grass, they're pulling up whole grass, that has soil particles clinging to the roots, and in these soil particles are the microbes that produce vitamin B12. The animal swallows them. They get into the animal's stomach. B12 is produced and absorbed into the animal's muscles. Yes, you can kill the animal and get your B12 that way, but the animal didn't make it. It was microbial B12 all along. And we used to get our B12 the same way when we were living in foraging bands and spent all day pulling up roots and tubers and starchy vegetables and eating them. We didn't wash them off under chlorinated drinking water, so we would get B12 on the surface of the vegetables that we foraged. We would drink out of streams. There'd be B12 in the stream water. The same vitamin B12 is flowing through our intestinal tracts just like it does through the deer and the antelope today. But welcome to the 21st century. Nobody's eating unwashed vegetables. Nobody's drinking out of streams. And for that reason, the natural sources of B12 have disappeared from our diet. And due to this bargain we make with modern sanitation.
Now, B12 is critical.
But prior to the advent of modern hygiene, well, there were bacteria in the soil, on our hands, on our fingers, in our mouths, on the vegetables we would pull out of the soil, and that might give us the traces of B12 we need. Well, maybe so, but modern hygiene means those days are gone. So
sublingual methylcobalamin is what you want, not the cyanocobalamin.
Because we've eliminated our exposure to bacteria, we have to take the supplement. We have to take the supplement. We have to take the supplement. The supplement. The supplement. The supplement. The supplement.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and I'm here with Miss Anthea V. Hi, Fruity Cutie.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, this is an exciting episode because, guys, Anthea wrote a book, and I'm going to call it one of the most important books you'll ever read in your life. I'm going to leave the link below. You need this book. It's called The Enigma of Vitamin B12, Nature's Only Mistake. Fucking love this title. I love this title, and the subtitle is Fear and Marketing of the Deficiency Myth. Okay, Anthea, so many questions for you. First of all, may I please ask, how old are you?
I'm 71, just turned 71.
Wow. And how long have you been on a plant-based diet?
Well, 1982, I gave up everything but cheese. And then 1989, I gave up the cheese.
Wow. So
Long time.
years?
Long time.
A long time. Yeah, long time. Okay, so now you wrote a very important book. I just got the book 3 days ago. I'm on chapter 13, The Vilification of Veganism, Ovaltine, and the Vegetarian Activism.
Oh, yeah.
What a book.
Frank Wokes. What
the book
a guy.
Is. Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to get into all of it. Okay, so I just wanted a little bit of background. I want to know, my first question to you is, what inspired you to start researching and start writing about B12?
About 2017, I started just questioning, like, what is going on with this B12 stuff that everybody's saying we got to take as vegans? And I never took supplements. I never had the urge to. And I shopped at health food stores all the time. I'd see it, and it had this description, boost energy on it. And I go, oh God, just another fad. And then I just started doing research, collecting information on the internet. And the more I dug, the more I questioned it. It was so suspicious. Nothing added up. I would hear one story, oh, it's in the dirt. No, it's not in the dirt. People used to have it in their mouth. No, they never had it. Animals have it. It's just so many conflicting stories that I said, and I finally came to the conclusion, it doesn't exist. It was created in a lab.
How did you come to that conclusion?
After doing all the research of exactly in 1948, what it was created out of, raw cow's liver, with the bacteria from raw cow's liver, cyanide, and cobalt metal. And I said, wait a minute, that's not a vitamin. That's not it's not in any plant, none of those ingredients. And one of them's, poison. And why should we be eating raw cow's liver bacteria? That's nasty,
if this is what, yeah, I agree. Now, if this is what is in the supplements, why are plant-based doctors recommending a supplement?
They all grew up. This is a branch of pharma. Supplements, that's another thing I learned. Synthetic supplements are a branch of pharma. They're touted and promoted as the health version if you don't want to take pharma drugs. But no, they're just the secretive. They have chemicals in them, just like drugs. They just don't kill you immediately like some drugs do. They do store up in your liver, just like chemicals, and your kidneys.
So the plant-based doctors, do you think, in your opinion, it's that they haven't done the research and they don't know any better, or
they don't want to know?
It's
just what they were taught. They just promote. They just parrot the story they were told in medical school.
Yeah.
Push the supplements, and naturopaths do it also. They push supplements. I was very surprised to learn that recently.
I love the chapter in your book talking about and you name names, and I love that, talking about the plant-based doctors, how they either own their own supplement company, so convenient, or they're getting paid by the supplement companies.
Yeah, they're promoting it. They market it, and a lot of the vegan, the popular vegans that are totally against this idea that B12 doesn't exist and we don't need it, they get money from marketing supplements, and they have like links under their videos and stuff. Yeah, I get 20% off every time you buy this, you know.
There's even B12 in my green formula.
Super disclaimer, don't stop taking B12 supplements or getting fortified foods as a vegan.
We have to take the supplement.
Okay, your book is so important because this was the last thing, the last piece of evidence that I needed to break free from the medical industry.
You knew instinctively.
I knew it, but I needed your book because the truth is that I was still every few years like, why not get a blood test, see if I'm okay?
Yeah.
And now I am 100% never getting a blood test again. So can you tell us now what happens when you go to the doctor and you get a blood test for B12?
They are only testing for the synthetic supplement in your bloodstream.
How do you know this?
What are they going to test for? Dirt?
How do you know this? Where did you find the evidence of this?
That is in the studies, the actual studies that say they are looking for this in your bloodstream because B12 doesn't exist. It's not in nature. What else could they be looking for? But now I don't know exactly what part of the B12 synthetic supplement they're looking for. Is it the cyanide? Is it the cobalt metal? Is it the GMO bacteria? Is it the sewage sludge? There's a sewage sludge is patented for B12 manufacturing.
Okay, I'm asking you like devil's advocate questions, just so you know. Okay, how can such a big lie be so widespread?
Okay, I have a chapter on marketing. Edward Bernays, he was the king of propaganda and spin. He got women to smoke cigarettes. He got people, homemakers to start adding eggs into all their baking goods. He got people to start eating bacon and eggs for breakfast. He was he got people to who were against war to be in favor of it. He was he was the nephew of Sigmund Freud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so he had connections already. And he was just really good at his job. And I call that the blueprint for how this B12 was marketed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now please talk a little bit about the nutritional yeast. You have a great chapter on this. Can you tell us, where did this come about? Like vegans taking nutritional yeast? Who discovered this? Who invented this?
Well, not all nutritional yeast has B12 dumped in it, but most of it does. And they say, "Oh, I love it. Yeah, I just take this." And but no, it's just basically garbage. I wouldn't eat yeast. It's just weird, isn't it?
I did for many years.
Oh, you did? Oh.
For many years, for the first 5 years as a raw vegan, because it tastes good, you know,
It
cheesy.
tastes good, yeah. You're told
And they tell us we need B12. So I was like, oh, I'll get it from that.
There you go.
And then one day, Anthea, I had nutritional yeast and I had like this pain in my nose and I didn't feel good at all. And it was that. One day my body was like, we don't want this anymore. You're too healthy for this. This is garbage.
Yeah,
the body
it stored
reacts.
up the cyanide probably from the B12.
Whew. Tell me
I have
something.
a friend that got so worried. Oh man, I got to take B12. So she got a tincture, the liquid version. She said the first time she tried it, she got this immediate headache. It was like this weirdest headache, and I told her that was probably the cyanide. It's your body trying to detox.
How can it be legal to sell cyanide?
Because it's just a little bit. It doesn't hurt you. That's what they tell you. Oh, it's just a little bit of cyanide.
Once a week is enough to keep your tissue stores topped up. That's all you really need. If you're consuming it daily, then around 250 micrograms should be more than enough. But it's not the kind of vitamin you really need to take every day. Some folks, it's stored in the tissues. Some folks don't want to take anything with a molecule of cyanide attached, even though the amount is so trivial. I don't think it has any serious pharmacologic effects.
A lot of plant-based doctors like to try and scare vegans, saying, or even raw vegan doctors or, raw vegan YouTubers, they want to scare us and fearmonger us saying, just take it. What's the big deal? It's $5. It's so cheap. Why not just take it and be safe? What do you think?
Without obvious sources of B12, and of course you're thinking about animal flesh, mostly in this case, then what you do is you supplement your diet. This is one case where I recommend supplementation. What you do is you add a non-animal source of B12, which is a supplement that you buy in the store, preferably the hydroxy or methyl form of B12 and not the cyano form. And you take a pill once a day, once a week, maybe a couple times a month, and as a consequence, your B12 levels should be just fine. You can occasionally check it by doing a B12 test, and that'll give you your B12 levels. So there's nothing you have to sacrifice by following a healthy diet. No doctor, no dietitian, nobody can criticize the McDougall diet for its protein, its calcium, its general vitamin and mineral content, but they can get me on the B12. And the way I deal with that is I ask you to add a supplement. Now you may be sitting there asking, why would the McDougall diet be deficient in anything? Well, as I told you, bacteria make B12. And in our modern society where we wash everything, we sterilize everything, we may get too few natural bacteria in our diet. And maybe that's why B12 deficiency can occur very rarely when you follow a strict McDougall type or vegetarian type diet. So you should be set free as far as your dietary choices go. You should not be worried about something that's really should be a non-existent problem if you follow the recommendations carefully. And as I recommend, you follow a starch-based diet with fruits and vegetables. And if you're on the diet for more than 3 years, pregnant or nursing, you add a supplement of 5 micrograms of B12 a day. Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. John McDougall.
Take it and be safe. What
Be
do
safe.
you say to that?
That's the key word, be safe. Well, that gets you to take it, doesn't it? And it makes you think, oh, well, I can stop taking it if there's something wrong with it. I'll just stop. They don't know that it's storing up in their liver and kidneys. I did come across quite a few studies that I listed in there, the titles and the names and the dates and everything, that this does high levels of B12 in your bloodstream is very dangerous. It leads to cancer and kidney and liver problems. It stores up like a chemical. It is chemicals.
So do you think it's safe to take a B12?
No, I don't. But it's not going to kill you immediately like say a pharma drug could. Those are potent. Or a shot. It just takes a while to store up, and that's why there's all these differing opinions, like how long can you go without B12 and be okay? It's like 1 year, is it 5 years, is it 20 years? Because they don't have any explanation how someone like me or Will Tuttle or Gary Yourofsky or some other people. Donald Watson, the guy that founded Vegan Society in 1944, he never took it. He was vegan for 63 years, I believe.
Wow.
63 years, and he lived to be 95. Now, how did he do that without taking B12?
Okay, when was B12 discovered?
B12 was discovered 4 years after the Vegan Society was formed in 1948 by Merck. But also there was another pharmaceutical company, GlaxoSmithKline, GSK, over in Europe, and they were working together. They both announced it at the same time, coincidentally. We just happened to find this red crystalline compound at the same time.
Yes.
Very odd, very, very odd.
Well, nice coincidence.
Yeah.
So then, okay, that's when it was discovered.
Mm-hmm.
So then the question is, was it, this is a silly question now that I know what I know, but I'm going to ask anyway, because people out there are going to ask, okay, was it ever in the soil? Because they say now it's not in the soil. That's why we got to take.
Unless you're looking for cyanide, cobalt metal, sewage sludge, feces. Are there feces in the soil? Yeah. You want to drink out of your toilet? Go for it. And a lot of the plant-based doctors, I make a joke in there that they do say, hey, you can either take the supplement or you can eat feces. It's up to you.
What's the best way to get vitamin B12? Well, B12 is not made by plants, not made by animals either. It's made by certain bacteria, some of which line the guts of animals, of which people eat and drink, but that's not the best source because of the baggage that comes along with it. Just like we can't get the iron in beef without the saturated fat, the protein in pork without lard, the calcium in dairy without hormones, we can't get the B12 in animals without also consuming stuff we don't want, like cholesterol. For example, to get 47 micrograms of B12 from eggs, because the absorption is so low, we'd have to literally eat hundreds of scrambled eggs a day, 200 to 400 eggs a day. You know how much cholesterol that would be? If you got all your B12 from scrambled eggs, you'd consume 69,000 milligrams of cholesterol, practically your entire year's worth every day. So yes, chickens harbor bacteria. The bacteria make B12. Some of that B12 makes it into the chicken and then into the egg, but so does the cholesterol. There has to be a better way. Why don't the bacteria in our colon make B12? They do, actually. It's just too far downstream to be absorbed. In one of the less appetizing but more brilliant experiments in the field, a Dr. Collender delineated that human colon bacteria make large amounts of B12. Although the B12 is not absorbed through the colon, it is active. How do we know? She found some vegan volunteers with B12 deficiency, collected their stools for 24 hours, and then, you guessed it, bon appetit. And it worked. They were cured. Those are some hardcore vegans. There has to be a better way. And thankfully, there is. Fortified foods and supplements. Not only the safest, but also the most effective.
They're mocking us. They're mocking us.
Yeah, I always say these B12 pushing people are full of shit, and they are. I always say
Literally.
Literally. Now, they're making fun of us. They're laughing at us in our face.
Mocking.
I always felt that about the mainstream, but now I have finally learned from your book, and guys, I'm leaving the link below. You have to get this book. This will be the last link of you not being afraid to eat a plant-based diet, because now tell us, what are some of the agendas of pushing this B12 on vegans?
Well, it's a huge market. It's a huge market, and not only vegans now, but they've expanded it to farmed animals. The farmers are told it makes their animals healthier, fatter, and better breeders.
B12 supplements.
B12 supplements, all the farmed animals are being given it now, along with all the other crap they're given.
So is it safe to say that the animal body parts have B12 in it because they are given B12 supplements?
Well, you could say it doesn't cook down in the meat. Like, you're going to get your hormones, your synthetic hormones and your antibiotics. They don't cook down in the meat. So I would assume the supplements don't either. You will test probably as having it in your bloodstream if you eat meat.
So if you eat meat, you're getting a B12 supplement through the dead animal body part.
Yep. Yep, but it's a synthetic junk
Synthetic,
in a
right?
lab.
So either way, if you
Yeah.
take B12 as a vegan, if you don't as a meat eater, you're getting synthetic B12.
And you'll probably test as having good levels of it.
It was never in the soil.
Never.
It was never in the animal body parts.
Never.
And this is just allowed. This has just been allowed to be propagated throughout the whole entire world.
It's crazy. It's like the biggest lie of veganism.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know we were lied to about meat, dairy, and eggs, how they were good for us and we needed to eat it or we'd get sick. This is just a big lie. And Jeannette, I have been told so many times recently after my book, you are spreading dangerous misinformation. You are being irresponsible. You are going against the vegan community. What? I'm trying to expose what's harming people, what makes them afraid to become vegan. Oh, I'm not going to get my B12 if I do that.
All great leaders in the world were criticized and ostracized and called crazy, all forward thinkers and people that actually do the research instead of regurgitate misinformation were all called crazy. So yeah, you are going to be called crazy because you're
Conspiracy theorist is the new term. Conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
I
You're
get
going to
that a
have
lot.
to, everyone watching this, if you're watching this, you're open-minded enough and God wants you to hear this for a reason. The creator put you on this YouTube channel for a reason, to find out that this was a lie to what? To scare us from being vegan? Or to make money?
Make money. And well, the animal agriculture doesn't want you to be plant-based, of course. So that's their agenda. And they want you to eat their products. But the drug companies, they want you to buy their supplements.
How much money does B12 make?
600 million annually. And that's expanding. That's expanding every year. During the COVID lockdowns, they were actually using it as a supplement to treat symptoms. They've expanded it to medical treatments now.
Can you please tell my listeners some of the most insane B12 deficiency symptoms?
Now, unfortunately, there are many signs that are overlooked from a B12 deficiency.
Your body is begging for vitamin B12 if you have the following: feeling of exhaustion or weakness, pale skin looking like you're very anemic, shortness of breath, especially from getting up from a seated position, if you have tingling or numbness in your hands or your feet, or if you have some type of electric shock nerve pain throughout your body, suspect a B12 deficiency. Depression and other mood disorders can also be related to a B12 deficiency.
Psychological problems, such as low mood or impaired memory, even problems with attention deficit disorder, even problems with bipolar can be traced to low B12 levels.
Loss of cognitive function, which is a loss of memory, concentration, and focus, are all signs of a B12 deficiency.
Now, more commonly is a feeling of fatigue. Now, fatigue covers lots of bases. Fatigue covers lots of bases.
Fatigue covers lots of bases.
But vitamin B12 is called the energy vitamin for a reason. And it really is essential for the production of ATP. Many of my patients have low vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is called the energy vitamin for a reason.
Get your B12 from meat, liver, eggs, fish, dairy. If you're taking a supplement, make sure it's the methylcobalamin.
The very first thing you may notice, even with a very mild B12 deficiency, is fatigue or low energy.
So if you have a deficiency, it's going to cause lots of different symptoms.
Blood, brain, DNA. You need it.
So some of the symptoms that you can get if you have a B12 deficiency include weakness, fatigue, nausea, weight loss, irritability.
Hurry up, how many of these are there?
Hurry up, how many of these are there?
And elevated heart rate. So it's a great masquerader. So they're kind of vague, common symptoms that be caused by lots of things, but they're all related to your B12 level.
You can tell it's not one specific thing. So many people can be and actually are walking around with deficiencies in B12 because these symptoms are so vague and attributable to many other causes as well. Hurry up, how many of these are there?
There's 100. There is 100. And that's not an exaggeration. I use the example of they're selling a patch of B12. Just stick it on your arm and get that automatic B12 every day, and just like a tobacco patch or something. And one of the symptoms that they've just come out with is feeling guilty. Feeling guilty. It doesn't matter what you're feeling guilty about. You're deficient in B12 and you need to start taking it. There's an article by a neurophysicist with quotes from him saying, yeah, you could be B12 deficient if you're feeling guilty.
Yes. Is it safe to say that you don't get blood tests?
I haven't been to a doctor in decades.
Yeah.
No, what for? What for? What are they going to do for me?
Yeah, the last thing was the B12 for me. Like every once in a while, I have a thought in my head, like, should I get a blood test? I just don't, I want to be safe. I want to be, I want to make sure.
That's normal. That's normal to think that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also not, it's not how it works. It's not how it works. You're not being, people don't realize they're not being safe doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to know the ingredients either. They don't want to hear any of this stuff.
So with natural vitamins, understand that there's no regulation on that word. So like many things, the industry, the world, social engineers, they dominate your mind by word magic and logic and mislabeling categories. It is the same way that they have manipulated human minds forever, and they do it to you today. Okay, so the word natural, it doesn't have an industry meaning. It is a nothing burger. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, see, they know you better than you know yourself, and they know that when I throw the word natural at you, or I go to that private labeling company that is just big pharma, and I buy, like I'm going shopping for stuff, and I just buy vitamins. Where they come from, God knows who knows. But there were chemicals involved. So I buy those things, okay? And there's the word natural. See, to you think it means you take something like an orange or a banana or a leaf or an herb or something, and in our minds, natural means they just took that thing and then they just, I don't know, they crushed it up. Just lovingly, these Italian nonnas are like, basilico, and just crushing stuff up, and then they lovingly put it into this bottle, and they go, that's what you think when you hear the word natural, okay? That is not what the industry considers natural. I'll run you through a very short list of the things that the industry considers natural. Natural can mean any organic compound. Any carbon containing compound is something that's natural, is a natural source. Okay? Anything is natural. Now, if I were to ask you, Jeannette, for your food, for your diet, do you consume anything in the world that is natural? Are all natural things open season to you for your diet? Right? Anything.
No, no.
No, of course not. No, there's limitations. There's limitations. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's food.
Yes, because somebody in the chat keeps telling me to drink my own urine. I am not going to. It is natural.
Okay. So,
they won't leave. Please leave. This is not bye. And don't shake my hand when you see me. Okay? Eli, continue.
Okay. So natural. The industry definition is, well, first of all, it doesn't exist.
No,
so it means it's fundamentally different from what you believe, or what we all believe in our minds about what natural is. That being said, here are some of the things, the sources that industry can use to create a natural product. Seawater. Okay. So far, so good. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Seawater. Oh, that's natural. The seashells that come in the seawater. Rocks. Sand. Mud.
Oh my God, I can't do it.
Sawdust. Wood shavings. The insects that come on the sawdust or the wood shavings, or even just insects themselves. Fetal bovine serum is a natural product, as well as all sorts of animal runoff from the animal agriculture industry. Digested enzymes from the inner lining of pigs' bellies is a natural product. And it gets really crazy. Animal effluents, any and all animal effluents. Okay, we're talking straight goddamn sewage. Straight goddamn sewage is a natural product. It's a byproduct of some manufacturing, some industry, okay? And if it's byproducts and it's carbon containing, the industry can call it natural and not tell you about this source. They don't have to, because there's no regulation.
Oh, there's a funny one. The latest reason that B12, we have to take supplements, and this is from a vegan. He said humans used to walk barefoot to get B12. I said, what? We no longer walk barefoot. When was this?
I've heard a million trillion things. Yeah, Anthea, you are in this community. I've heard so many things. Like there's a guy who swims in the ocean to get his B12. There's
seaweed, a great source of B12. Those of you who get my sea moss, you know what I'm talking about. You open that bag and it's like, whoo, wee, woo. It's like smelly, it's dirty, it's like that fishy sea smell. Well, when you pull something right out of the ocean, that's what it's like. It's full of B12. Even after washing and soaking it multiple times, there's still some B12 stuck in the tiny pores. There's B12 in nutritional yeast, in kale, stuff from the store. It's got some dirt on the back, and the stuff, produce in the grocery.
B12 doesn't exist. B12 doesn't exist. Now, has anybody ever tried to sue these companies or like lobby against this?
No, why? Why would they do that? I mean, they're just money makers. Try to sue a doctor. Try to sue pharma. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, right. The symptoms of the B12 deficiency, like, it's just hilarious. So to me, because it's like one of them is loss of appetite, and then the next one is increased appetite. One of them is
everything. They cover
losing
everything.
weight, gaining weight. I mean, it's just a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
And they keep expanding it. It's just crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, just
I mean, name one disease that has that many symptoms. You can't. Or like a real disease. You can't.
Yeah. Can you talk about the power of fear when it comes to persuading our thought process?
Well, there's something called a powerful placebo effect. And when you add in trust in a doctor, this stranger that you're paying money to in a white coat with a degree on the wall, you are going to be very hypnotized by what he tells you. And fear is a great marketing tool. Edward Bernays used it also. He scared people into doing things that they knew weren't in their best interest, but they did it anyway. And fear is a great marketing tool, like I said.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Can you please tell us about the other supplements you have uncovered the truth about? I loved what you talked about, the cod liver oil. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, cod liver oil was just always nasty. And they were always trying to find a substitute for it so people would actually take it and buy it. And that's how then they came out with liver pills. And then that actually advanced to the B12. B12 has roots in trying to replace cod liver oil because people didn't like it. It was nasty. Made you burp. It's gross. And they still sell it as a health item.
Yeah, when I think back to my life before going vegan, I did eat a lot of sardines. I think I even
So did I
took
as a child. Yeah.
I think I even might have taken cod liver oil at some point because I wanted
As a
long
medicine.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted long hair. I wanted nice skin. The question is, what are some of the dangers of taking cod liver oil? Obviously, side effects are gross, burping, whatever. What are some dangers of taking this?
Well, it's the way it's processed, where it comes from. Everything about it is wrong. You're not supposed to be eating that stuff. It's not for us. I mean, I would say every species is supposed to be eating living food. Ours is plants because we don't have the mental or physical capacity to eat an animal while they're still alive, like a true carnivore and omnivore does. We could not do it. We would be repulsed, saddened. We couldn't bite into an animal while they were still struggling and screaming to get away from you. I would like to see someone try it, and then they'd be locked up.
Yeah. I often talk to ChatGPT about why is it illegal to hurt a dog and a cat, but eat a cow and a pig and a chicken? I just can't wrap my brain around it.
What does it say? What does it tell
The
you?
laws, there's laws.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
laws protecting certain animals and other
And there's not
animals
that much
no.
punishment still. There's not that
And
much.
it's like if a farm animal is not considered the same as a pet. It's two different, like we value a pet and we eat a farm animal, and that's just the way it is. And the B12 thing, that's just the way it is until somebody does the research like you. And that's why I love people like you. Thank you so much for dedicating your time and your life to this, because the plant-based doctors are not doing this research,
No,
or
they're not allowed to. There was one. I think Michael Klapper may have started out. It's been erased from the internet probably, where he was saying, "Well, you don't really have to take B12. It's not that necessary." And then they told him, "Okay, get in line."
We are obligated now, if you're a complete plant eater, to get your vitamin B12 out of supplemental sources.
Get in line. And he started promoting it.
You needed to keep your brain functioning.
It's critical for brain function,
your spinal cord working,
for red blood cell formation.
Do not run out of this substance in your tissues.
And it's critical for heart health.
Let's talk about vitamin B12. You know, a vitamin is something that you die if you do not eat. You don't eat vitamin B12 and you're in big trouble.
Do not run out of this substance in your tissues.
that's interesting to note. Yeah, I thought, yeah.
I think he originally was not really down with the B12 propaganda. And they told him, "Okay, get in line."
Yep. Yep.
You want to lose your license?
Uh-huh. So
Whatever
now
they do
what
to
are, yeah, okay. Are there any other question? Because some people are like, this can't be. This can't be.
I know
B12 can't be a lie.
It is
can't.
overwhelming. It's mind-boggling.
So are there any other vitamins or minerals or nutrients that don't exist, or is this the only one?
Vitamin D is a joke. It has none of the benefits of the sun. It's an anticoagulant that makes rats bleed to death. It's used in rat poison. That's the mockery. That's the joke. It has no benefits that the sun gives you. Absolutely zero. And it's a steroid hormone to boot.
Is that another one where you go to get a blood test and they test for the vitamin, but they're testing for the synthetic?
I don't know what they're testing for vitamin D. Probably the anticoagulant, just the synthetic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they certainly aren't testing to see how much sun you've gotten.
I am so done. I am 100% done with blood test. I am done. And
Good.
people are going to be judging me for that, because that was the last, Anthea, that was the last little bit of normalcy that I had in my, mainstream, like fall in line normalcy. Like, yeah, I'll get a blood
How
test.
often did you do it? Like once a year?
No, I mean, every few years for the content,
Yeah,
just to prove that I'm healthy.
Safe. Yeah.
Just to be safe and just to prove that I'm healthy.
In the back of your mind. Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Every few years. But now I know for sure they're testing me for synthetic fucking supplements.
Yeah.
What are they doing? And we're paying for it.
Yeah, it's a joke. Now the doctors probably don't know. They're just told to prescribe this stuff, and they make money off of it. You know, they make money off the test. And the tests are, I learned this a long time ago, the tests are made by the same companies that manufacture the supplements. And there's 15 pharmaceutical companies manufacturing B12 right now. And they're huge. They're huge companies. Merck's still in the game, of course.
Well, $500 million, yeah, a year.
Yep.
And
Yep.
more, and growing.
And growing.
Okay.
Now we've got that. Now they're telling non-vegans they need to take it. They say, oh, because they got new reasons, whatever.
Yeah.
Just be safe.
Yeah. Can you tell us now about the acne thing? Somebody, I never took okay, so I've been raw, vegan for 15 years. Before that, I never heard of B12. And then I have taken B12 maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole 15 years, because every time I try to take it, I don't feel right. I don't feel good about it. It doesn't make sense.
Effect.
But some people that take it, they say they get acne. Is that one of the
Oh,
symptoms?
yeah. Oh, yeah. There is an actual bacteria, GMO bacteria, that has acne in the name. It's Propianus. It's like about 4 syllables. But it's an acne bacteria that actually causes breakouts in your skin.
In the B12 supplement.
Yes, yes. That's one of the symptoms. If you look it up, may cause acne, taking B12.
So that could be the reason why some people go vegan or go raw and they have acne. They're taking their B12, and then when they stop, it's still in the system. Now, question, how long does a B12 supplement stay in somebody's system when they stop?
Well, they tell you it's water soluble and you excrete it right out, but that's not true at all. It goes into your liver and your kidneys and it stores up. And it may take years to really get a bad, hold on, my cat is getting in front of me. It may take years for it to store up and start causing damage, but it will eventually happen.
Yes. Okay. Now, what do you say? Oh, your cat wants attention.
I know.
What do you say to these people that say, without a B12 supplement, you are risking irreversible neurological brain damage?
There's nothing to say to those types of people. They won't listen. I've tried. I just say, you know what? I've had so many vegans that tell me this, and they refuse to read the book. They flat out refuse to read it. They're like scared of it. They don't want to learn anything new. See, once you think you know everything about something and you haven't done the research, you aren't going to learn anything.
Yeah.
You have to be open-minded. And these people that say, oh, yeah, you're spreading dangerous misinformation. You're harming people. And it's going against animals. How is it going against animals? I don't get that one.
One of my fruity cuties yesterday told me, or she reminded me, that it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled.
Yep. That is a truism. Absolutely.
And that's what's going on here with the B12.
Mm-hmm.
We have been fooled.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a genius marketing method.
Absolutely. I got to give it to them.
Yeah, you got to give it to them. If we could think of something like this, but in a positive way, we could be billionaires. You know what I mean? Because they got us. They got the vegans and they got the non-vegans. They got all of us.
Farmed animals. The whole animal agriculture industry is now giving the animals B12. It's crazy.
Yeah, I recently did an episode. I've been doing this episode, doing this documentary really on the B12 with Eli Martyr and Doug Graham and Lauren Lockman, and Will Tuttle is tomorrow. And it seems like there are some people that know this, but they are ostracized and made fun of. And do you think in your lifetime, our lifetime, that it will ever come to light?
Of course. Of course. News spread fast. It's just if people are going to be open to it. That's the only holding back factor. When they start going, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense. How come it's the only B complex vitamin not found in a plant? That doesn't make sense. And once they look and say, wait a minute, it was created out of raw cow's liver bacteria. Ew, that's not a vitamin.
Well, they say it's the only B vitamin not in a plant because it was once in the soil. Now we have destroyed the soil. It's not in there.
But how come all the other B complex vitamins are in there? You can get plenty of beneficial bacteria in a plant. It absorbs, plants absorb it in their leaves and the stems and everything. You don't wash it off. Oh, that's another thing. They claim that, it's because we're washing off vegetables. You don't wash it off. It's in there. It's ridiculous.
They have some of us are eating dirty fruit just to get our B12.
Yeah, eat dirt. Eat dirt. That's another mockery. Eat dirt. Eat feces and dirt. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, and bugs. Also, we're being told that bugs have B12. So you can eat them.
Right. That's the apes, the bonobos. They get their B12 from the bugs. We have to supplement because we don't eat bugs.
They have no problem eating bugs. We should have a problem eating bugs. It's not mentally or physically natural for us.
Okay, so B12 is a scam. It doesn't exist. The omegas, can you please, there's a big thing going around now about how vegans have to take omega supplements. What are your thoughts on that?
We don't have to take any supplements. They're all made in drug labs.
Yeah.
Amino it is in, I think I might have a list in there of amino acids, all the plant foods, but there's so many.
Yes.
Just eat any plant. It'll probably have it in there. Just eat some dark leafy greens and some fruit. You'll get it.
Yeah. I love in your book, I can't find it here. I have so many pages dog-eared now, but we're going to call it durian-eared. We don't want to use, animals in our euphemism.
Yeah, exactly.
But, okay. So listen, but you have a list of all the B1, B2, B3, where you can get your B4, B5, B6.
Second chapter.
No B12.
Nope. Nope. It's an anomaly. It's a weirdo. It's an outsider. What happened to the poor guy, that little rascal? How did he escape everything? Weirdo.
Yeah. That's what's so great about your book, too. You have a great sense of humor, Anthea.
Thank you.
Great. And I can't put it down. I wish I had more time to read. I read like an hour a night, and it's not enough. It's a phenomenal book. And I like people that do the research and name the names and go into the facts because nobody's doing this. People are just regurgitating.
Nobody wanted to do it, so I had to do it. I spent 7 years adding up all this information, compiling it, saving it, looking at it. And it used to be that I was agreeable with, it is in plants. It's like in seaweed and spirulina and stuff. And then as I started writing, I said, no, it's nowhere. It was in a drug lab period.
Can you tell everyone about how it's not really even officially a vitamin and why that is?
Well, there's vitamins themselves. When I go through the whole history of vitamins, they're kind of sketchy to begin with. Because a lot of them were done in vivisection labs. Rats, cows, chickens, dogs started the whole thing off with anemia. And vitamins were just kind of like casually named. Okay, well, B12, we're going to name it B12 because we just named B11 last week. It was just all, yes. And that's actual quotes from the scientists that created it. So yeah. Oh, I also wanted to say that something funny somebody said to me was that the reason that B12 wasn't found in the soil was because it evaporated. Now, how does that even work? How does it evaporate? Does a spaceship come down and get it or what? That makes sense.
It's kind of like when I first went vegan, it's kind of like I'm like putting everything together and I'm like, wow, you're right. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
None of it makes sense.
So I feel very excited because it's been a while since my mind was opened like this, So thank you very much for this book and for your knowledge.
And also, Jeannette, I also wanted to talk about cyanobacteria. That's in a chapter in there. Cyanobacteria is what Merck, the drug company that created B12, that's what they plagiarized. The prefix cyano. They have, the cyanocobalamin. Now, their prefix of cyano actually means cyanide. But cyanobacteria is natural. It is found in the soil. It's on the roots of every legume plant and so many plants. It's on the roots of plants, and that's the beneficial bacteria. That's the beneficial bacteria that Merck claims to B12 to be, and they've stole that prefix. It's just so diabolical.
Okay, wait, explain that to me because I'm trying to, I'm in that chapter now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
Cyanobacteria, they just stole the prefix of cyano.
Wow.
Cyanocobalamin.
Wow.
But their cyano, the drug company cyano actually means cyanide.
Wow.
There's no cyanide in the soil that gets in the roots of plants. It's just a natural beneficial bacteria that, helps our guts when we eat the plants.
I think a lot of people like me are trying to understand how it can be legal to do all these things.
Like I said, try suing a pharma company.
Yeah. But then I think to myself, when I first went vegan, how can it be legal to abuse and torture these animals? How can it be legal?
Exactly.
It is legal.
It's legal. It's legal. Even when they investigate these places, the factory farms and the slaughterhouses, they don't close them down. They go, it's acceptable. And that was a big part back in the 80s. There was a lot of focus on the diet, but there was also a lot of focus on vivisection. And all throughout the book, you're going to see the history of B12 is completely rooted in vivisection, starting out with the dogs being bled out to assimilate anemic conditions, and then fed raw liver. That's the beginning of B12 right there. And it just kept growing.
It was always evil from the start.
Yep, always bad, always a lie. There was no proof that these dogs were cured by eating raw liver. They probably had been starved first. And who knows how long they lived after they were bled out anyway.
Yeah. In the book, you also talk about the start of the whole protein thing. Can you tell us where it started, where it was proved in a science lab that we need to eat protein?
Protein is also another kind of nebulous concept. Like, what is it? I think you can get protein from just about any plant. That's what I think. And especially, there's maybe plants, some plants are more concentrated with it, but I think you can get it from just about every plant. It's just another animal agriculture lie that you can only get protein from eating meat.
Yeah. I thought protein means it's alive. So like plants are alive. We are alive. I don't think I need to eat protein because I am protein. I don't know. It never made sense.
It's just another term.
Yeah.
That could actually not even be real either, like vitamins. I do question the whole creation of the term vitamins.
Yes, you do.
Why don't we just eat the plants and quit breaking everything down into isolates,
What is that you write about in the book about the word vitamin? Where does that come from?
Well, it was actually vitamine, and it was shortened to vitamin. It's just a term they came up with. I think there was a Greek word or something. I'd have to look at the book again. I forgot that part.
Yeah. No, I just was reading that last night and how like it means like life.
Does it? Yeah. Okay.
Vita.
But that's right. Vita for vitality.
Yes. They're just fucking with us.
It's just a way to create something in a lab to tell you that it's healthy.
It all makes sense now after understanding this, because the whole protein thing is definitely a myth. It's like, oh, you need protein to build your muscles. Well, why don't you eat hair to grow your hair? Or why don't you eat fingernails to get nicer nails?
Eat a brain to get smarter. That was another one.
That's a good one too. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it goes on and on and on. Okay. So now you have not taken supplements. You've been
never felt the need. I did buy some green powder once, and I said, God, I'd have to eat so much of it. Why don't I just keep eating a big plate of leafy greens every night?
Okay, so you don't even do the powders.
I don't mind the green
potions?
powders if they're completely made out of real plant food with
Yeah.
no synthetic vitamins added. You can have it if you want, but it's just not going to be the same. It's all broken down, and just eat food, you know?
Yeah, it's as simple as you said. But yet, why do we need to complicate it so much, Anthea?
Because it makes people feel like they're too dumb to understand it, and they got to run to a doctor to explain it. Or, I don't know why.
We don't have faith in the creator. We have faith in the doctors.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
faith in our in the intuition we were given.
Why?
Little inner voice.
Why?
We've lost it. I mean, animals have it. Animals have it in spades. They have all the intuition. They listen. When they're in danger, they run. They don't just sit there and go, well, wait a minute, I was told not to run. They just do it. They react.
Yeah.
Their little inner voice tells them, go.
Yeah. And tells them what to eat and what not to eat.
Absolutely. They know.
But we don't have that.
No.
Why have we lost that?
It's been beaten out of us. mentally beaten out of us, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have this weird, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Okay. So I have this, truth seekers are often called conspiracy theorists. You are not just a truth seeker, though. You're a truth seeker and a truth teller. Most people are truth seekers, but they are afraid to speak about it.
They don't want to get ostracized.
They're truth seekers, not truth speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good.
So now my question to you is, do you think, sometimes I think that we're not from Earth, and that's why we don't have the intuition that Earth beings have. What are your thoughts on that one? Like we're half alien.
I won't say I haven't entertained that once in a while.
I don't know. I feel like we might be half alien sometimes,
Well, there's some people that, you could say it's like we've been here so many times on Earth that we finally learned some stuff. You could say that. You could say that we are visitors from another planet, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes a little sense to me sometimes.
I like the theories out there. They're fun,
Yeah. Okay, can I please, before I just have some random questions to ask you in general. Is there anything else that you want to say about B12 that we did not cover? Anything that people need to know about this fucking scam?
I do want to give a shout out to my friend James. Have I already said that?
No.
Okay. James, vegan sign guy. He's got a channel called Above the Horizon. Okay. He has been promoting the hell out of this book and telling people B12 is a lie. It's a scam. He's gotten so much pushback from other vegans. They've ostracized him. He is really putting his neck out there. God bless that guy.
Yes.
He's a wonderful, wonderful activist.
I'm going to put his link below. Everybody needs to subscribe. And let me, guys, before you, because I know you're going to order this book, but before you do, let me just read the back because you need to know what this book is about. So on the back, Anthea asks the question, why is B12 the only vitamin in the B complex that is not found in any plant source? Why is B12 the only beneficial bacteria no longer available in the soil or accessible in the human body? Why is B12 allegedly so crucial to our health, yet only available in food derived from animals or lab-created synthetic supplements? Okay, why is there so much confusion, controversy, and conflicting information around B12? Well, she answers it in this book, and also it's because it's fucking not real. There's so much confusion. Truth is not confusing.
Nope. It's
right?
plain. It's in your face.
Yeah.
It doesn't move.
We should have known there was something up with this B12 because we can't exactly we don't know where it comes from. It's 1 minute it's in the soil, then next minute it's in the ocean, the next minute Doug Graham is breathing in.
We're walking barefoot and all of a
walking
sudden we're
barefoot
wearing shoes and we lost it.
And next minute Doug Graham, everyone thinks he's crazy because he's like, I'm going to get a dose of B12. Give me a second. And he just breathes in and he's like, I got my B12. and everyone looks at him like he's crazy. But guess what? He's not crazy. He's not crazy. And Aris,
he's making a joke of it. It's in the air.
Yes.
Whatever they're calling B12, it's not there. It's invisible.
Yes. And Aris Latham You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 40 years. I interviewed him a few times. He's been vitamin B12 deficient for 40 years and he brags about it. And he has no nerve damage. He's 76 years old. He's been studied by Harvard Medical in school, and they say he should be dead.
He should have brain damage at least, or in a coma.
You know what I'm so tired of? The vegans beating up other vegans about
And that's
this.
what's happening. That's what's happening. They're choosing sides.
Yeah.
They're choosing sides over this issue. And I'll tell you, there's probably, I won't list them, but there's 6 vegans that are a lot of pushback, refuse to read the book. One of them had the book read by Chat GPT as a cross-reference instead of reading the darn book itself.
Why
and
can't
decided,
you want to
no,
name
this is all
names?
misinformation. What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we shouldn't name names.
No.
But it's fun. And you do name names in the book. And I like
because
that.
I like these people. I
Yeah.
like what they have to say about the animal rights and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they get one thing right. But they don't, well, okay, a lot of them do sell the supplements. What I was saying. They get money from selling B12, and they're not going to concede that, oh, it's not good for you, because there goes their source, you know?
Yes.
Why don't they sell milk or something? You know, promote milk. It's a plant-based milk.
Doesn't make as much money. It's not as crucial. You don't need milk. You need B12 or you're going to have irreversible brain damage.
Absolutely.
Anthea.
It's fear. They operate off of fear that sells better.
Yeah, I always say with these plant-based doctors, they got to have some good information or else we wouldn't even listen to them at all, right? So they come with some really good information. They're so good, they're so smart, they know so much, and then they sell us on the B12. So we're like, oh, it must be true because they're
That's
right
how
about
they
all
do
these
it.
other things.
They mix in the truth with the lies.
Yes.
They get you hooked on the truth and go, I don't think that's a lie. He's been telling me the truth all so far. Right?
That's it. The devil doesn't just show you he's the devil. Now, I'm not saying these plant-based people are devils, but they're working for him.
They're misinformed, but there's some I really dislike. Okay, I'll just put it that way. I really dislike what they have to say. I don't trust them. I think they're working for somebody else.
They're working for the powers that be that are not that don't have our best interest at heart.
And some of them are infiltrators. They were deliberately planted into the plant-based community to sell B12.
Can you give us some hints on those?
It's in the book.
Okay, guys, you got to get the book. You got to, it's in the book.
I go in depth about all these doctors, these are exact quotes from them, and I give the sources of the videos and the articles that I get their quotes from.
Yes, and I love that.
Species, eat bugs. People are not naturally meant to just eat a plant-based diet because of the B12.
All because of the B12.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, the protein thing, we like got educated and we're like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I could prove that, right? But the B12, so much harder to prove.
Because so many people are, well, a lot of, there's a group or organization called Challenge 22. And I know they do good work over there. I almost volunteered for them once, but I just didn't have the time. And they tell people when they first sign up to become vegan, you must take B12. It's on their website. You must do not take it. You must.
What's this company? What's the name of this organization?
It's called Challenge 22. And I know a lot of vegans promote it as saying, yeah, go there and sign up and they'll give you all this nutritional advice and stuff. But that's the one thing they tell people.
Why do they tell them that?
Be sure and take your B12.
And why did they say that?
Because they're funded. They got a lot of doctors and nutritionists that have been told the same thing on their staff.
Yeah,
they get their information from. And I did want to say something funny that somebody said a comment about my book recently. They said it was AI generated. What does that even mean? AI generated? There's nothing robotic or machine-like about my book, I don't think.
Your book is hilarious. I'm only halfway through it. It is so mind-bending, mind-opening. I truly believe this is on par with the books that have changed my life. So The World Peace Diet by
Oh
Dr.
yeah.
Tuttle,
Oh yeah.
The Mucusless Diet Healing System,
Mhm.
and Bill Tuttle's a friend of yours, correct?
Oh well, I consider him a friend. I love the guy. He's so delightful. He's got the best positive outlook of anybody I've met. He's just well, you've got one too.
Thank you.
And I just adore people like that are so positive. They don't get all bogged down in this infighting and worrying and fear.
You
He
have
reveals
to,
everything.
yeah, you
He's down
have
with
to,
everything. He's so open-minded.
you have to laugh because it's like an onion. You're constantly peeling
Peeling layers.
away and you're
Mhm.
like, oh, they're lying about that too.
Mhm.
This is
It all
who they
ties
want.
together. It's just it's all business as usual.
Business as usual. Yeah, yeah. I love it. Oh yeah. So guys, the Mucusless Diet Healing System, the World Peace Diet, and the Enigma of Vitamin B12. These are books that have changed my life, and I cannot recommend this enough. You will love it if you seek the truth, if you want to know the truth, if you want to understand the history of B12, which is so complicated. Like you break it down in a really simple way, but it is complicated.
It's a labyrinth. It's a labyrinth, but it's a very calculated labyrinth.
It is.
They don't want you to they make it like that way. They make it like way so you can't just look at it and go, oh yeah, I get it. You have to go through all these doors and look at their studies.
And who's going to do that?
Nobody's going to
do that?
take the time. Why? Just
No
take
one.
a vitamin. Just take the supplement. Who cares? It's what do they say? $5 a month or something?
I was told recently, and I'm going to ask you about iron real quick, but I was told recently by a long-term raw vegan. He's been raw for 20 years. He saw my interview with Eli Martyr. Maybe he's watching this. Shout out to you, boo. I'm not going to name your name, but I'm a fan. I like him. But the thing is, he tells me it's not that simple, Jeannette. The B12 thing is not that simple. It's just so much safer to take the supplement because it's not as simple as Eli Martyr breaks it down to be. It's not that simple. It's complicated, and you can... What do you say to that? What do you say to someone that's saying that?
I don't think you can get through to people like that. You can try. You can say, well, no, it was created in a lab. And if they don't want to learn anything, they're not going to listen.
Yeah. Just don't even bother. Just don't
move
even
on.
bother.
Just move on.
Send them a copy of the book. You know what? I'm going to send them a copy of the book. How about I do that? I sent a few people this book already. Like
they're afraid to read it. Like I said, there's probably 6 or 7 people that were outright refused to look at it. Refused. And there was one person that actually did buy a Kindle copy and read 2 chapters and just debunked everything. And this is all misinformation.
Right. Meanwhile, these are all facts. You can't put misinformation in a book because you have to have the facts. The facts are the facts. You can look them up.
Yeah, what I did now, the probably the academic way is to have numbered sources, but those little numbers that you put at the bottom of the page. Then you look up at the back of the book. I've never looked up a source. I just put them right in the paragraph: the title of the study, the names, the authors, the dates. So it's right there in the paragraph. I think that's so much simpler for people.
Yes, I love it. And I love how you write. It's so engaging. It's so exciting. It's like you're going through like a mystery book, like a mystery novel.
It was a mystery, and it was my journey.
Yeah.
My journey.
And now
my journey of discovery of like, oh my God, this is incredibly diabolical.
It's amazing. It's amazing to be free. Thank you so much for freeing me from the chains of fear of the medical industry, because even me, I broke free over a decade ago. I still had a little voice in my head that said, oh, what if I do get a B12?
Get a blood test.
What if I do become B12 deficient? Because it's irreversible.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's so fucking smart, Anthea. They're so smart. It can't just be.
They got it all covered, Jeannette.
They got it covered.
covered.
Because like Doug Graham says, well, okay, if you get a B12 deficiency, take a supplement, you'll be fine. But oh no, it's not that simple, this raw vegan tells me, because it's irreversible.
Oh, yeah.
It's so smart.
They got it all covered. They got it covered.
Now, let me ask you, the last thing is iron. What is going on? Can you tell us a little bit about the history of these iron supplements and why should we worry about iron on a plant-based diet?
Oh God. I in the chapter I talk about heme iron versus plant iron. there is, I think I used up a whole page listing all the plants that have iron in them. Everything from legumes to fruits to vegetables. I just listed them all. And heme iron is that you get from meat. That absorbs in your bloodstream if you're a human. You're not a carnivore, or you're not meant to have it. It absorbs, and it causes a condition that affects your liver. It is really dangerous. It builds up, and your body just can't get rid of it. It absorbs.
Okay, so the question I'm going to get from some dumb fuck on the internet is going to say, well, how come the people in the blue zones eat meat and they live the longest?
I'd have to look at those statistics. They can skew anything they want if it's funded science.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, what do they consider living longest? Could be 30.
Well, my grandma lived till 99, 101, and she ate
Well, my
meat her whole
grandmother
life.
did live to 101, but she ate out of her garden every day until she couldn't walk anymore. But she ate meat, but she was in poor health. Probably the last 15 years of her life. She couldn't walk. She couldn't do much for herself. I mean, what is living to an old age mean if you have poor quality of life?
Yeah, I agree. Fred Bishi is 96. He's not in a wheelchair. He's dancing. He's walking. He's,
I'm gonna look him up.
Fred Bishi. Yeah, I'll send
Is
you
it Bisci?
Yeah, he was on Paul Nissan today. Paul Nissan just put out a new video with him.
Okay.
And I love Fred Bishi. He's one of my biggest mentors.
He dances?
Raw for
Cool.
65 years.
Wow.
96 years old, living his life, dancing, rebounding, living his life. He's so amazing. Unfortunately, with these doctors, he's also a doctor. With these doctors, they are indoctrinated, and you have to, like, people say all the time to me, oh, why do you like him? He recommends a B12 supplement. Well, here's the thing. You have to take the best and leave the rest from these guys.
You don't have much choice. There's not much to choose from.
And they don't know. They haven't done the research that Anthea has done.
They don't need to. They can just repeat it, and people will go nod and go, okay, thank you. You're so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
They get positive feedback from what they say. Why would they change it? They're going to get pushback otherwise if they go against the mainstream. People might even come after them, try to take their license.
Good point.
We're going to bar you from speaking.
The positive feedback loop of, take your B12, take your B12. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Go along to get along. Let's just keep going along to get along. Like everyone else, everyone will like you.
I said, why is there so much pushback? He said, it's tribal. It's tribal. And we're all told to take B12, and we don't want to go outside the crowd. We don't want to be seen as different.
Who said that?
Will Tuttle. He told me that.
Tuttle.
I asked him, why? Why is there so much pushback? I don't understand it. Why aren't vegans questioning this? They don't want to. It helps them fit in. I even put in there as kind of a joke that it's a sacrament that vegans take to get into the club, Oh, yeah. What kind of B12 do you take?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this is so sad, but hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, I know. You got to laugh, can't you? You got to laugh.
Yes. Okay. Let me ask you just a few questions to end off. What is one of the best pieces of advice that you've ever heard or received in your life?
Well, I would say if you close your mind, you're not going to learn anything. If you think you already know something that you haven't researched, and you think you know all there is to know about it, you're not going to learn anything. You're going to be closed-minded. That is not a good way to live.
I agree.
Open your mind the way you first did as a vegan. I don't understand how people had such open minds. Well, maybe it's because nowadays it's more mainstream and acceptable, but you are still bucking the crowd. Becoming vegan, it's only a small minority of the population, and you do have to go around, and change your what you eat at your family gatherings and stuff or restaurants, but it's not a big deal. I mean, if plenty of people did it back in the 80s, you know, I mean, that's when PETA and PCRM were formed. And back then they were not talking about B12. Oh no, that wasn't even mentioned.
But yet B12 was discovered in the 1930s.
1948.
So how come it wasn't popularized until
because they didn't get the memo yet. They had to start speaking about it. That would come later.
When did it blow up, this B12 thing?
I would say in the past 15, 20 years. This century.
Yeah.
In the 80s, 90s, didn't hear about it. I certainly didn't.
And question, what is the percentage of the population that is B12 deficient? Do you know?
That number is astronomical, apparently. Probably millions. I don't know. I don't know what they say.
It's all skewed. I once read 40% of the population is B12 deficient, which means 40% of the population is not taking synthetic B12 and maybe 60% are.
Or not eating enough fortified foods. Yeah.
Yeah, nude.
You can get it from there too, because they dump a bunch in there.
Yeah, right. Cereals, meat.
You do got to check your plant milks if you want to drink some plant milk.
Yeah.
And they dump it in plant-based yogurt. They dump it in cereal and nutritional yeast, like you mentioned. Let's see, what else do they dump it in? Pretty much just that. Oh, yeah, they dump it in energy drinks.
Yeah.
It's in all the energy drinks now.
Yeah.
Boost energy.
Right. Maybe you need to sleep more and get off your fucking
Hello,
night.
Exercise and sleep.
Maybe you need to exercise. Maybe you need to start eating more fresh foods.
Yes, fruits, dark leafy greens.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. What is the worst advice you've ever been given or heard?
Worst advice is don't question authority.
Mm-hmm.
Don't question authority. You know nothing. You don't have a degree. You barely finished high school. How could you know anything? You didn't sit in a classroom for 4 more years other than longer than high school. You don't know anything. So keep your mouth shut.
Yep. And that's good. That's good. And the final question I want to ask you is, what's one thing that you'll never apologize for?
I won't apologize for telling the truth or trying to find it. It'll come out eventually. There's just a lot of pushback right now.
You give me a lot of faith, because I thought you were going to say no, it's never going to come to mainstream society.
Oh yeah, it will. Oh yeah, the truth always comes out more because it gets passed around. All you need is just one person who you trust to tell you, and they'll start listening. Yeah. People, when people have like a friend that they trust, and they say, I just read this book, and it really makes a good case that B12 is just this fictitious entity that we don't have to take. And we've all been lied to and deceived once again. And they go, can I read a chapter of it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you know what? You're right. I do have one of my fruity cuties. She's like, you're killing me, Jeannette, with this B12 content here. Because, she believes in B12. I said, you know what? I'm sending you the book. You going to read the book? And she said, yeah, I'll read it because you recommend it.
Oh, good. There's an open mind. Somebody who is willing to read.
Oh, she's willing to read it because I recommend it.
There you go.
She knows me for years.
Trusted friend with knowledge. That's how it spreads.
I believe this will be a big seller, a bestseller on the New York Times best-selling list. No joke. If you put faith in me that this is going to come to mainstream, you know what? I believe it then. This is going to be one of the best-selling books of our time.
Thank you. Thank you for your, what do you call it? Support.
Absolutely. Thank you for writing this book. Thanks for reaching out to me. Thank you for doing what you're doing and stepping into your purpose, which is to spread the truth. Guys, we're just spreading truth. And if you don't agree with it, you don't have to. It's the truth. There's no agreeing or not agreeing. It's the truth. It's like, can you name another truth that has come to light that was once, cigarettes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody thought they were cool to smoke.
Doctors were recommending them.
I used to smoke.
Yeah. Is there another one that was once a truth that turned out to be a lie?
Well, I would say that you have to eat meat to stay alive, that you have to eat a corpse.
Yeah.
That's been normalized.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the two I can think of. The cigarettes, they literally prescribed cigarettes to pregnant women. Okay. And then you need to eat meat to stay alive.
Yep.
Oh, another one, the calcium. If you don't drink milk, you're going to have
cow's milk. You need that for
rotten bones. Your bones are going to break.
Yep. It's actually the opposite.
It turns out it's the opposite.
It leaches calcium from your bones that you can only get from dark leafy greens primarily.
Look at that. Look at that, guys. Information is power. That sets you free. Now I am free. Now I am free. I was free, but now I'm really free from the chains of fear to eat a plant-based, fruit and vegetable-based diet. Now I can eat a raw vegan diet without being afraid. And that is power.
By the way, the raw vegan diet is heavily demonized by vegans. A lot of vegans, they say, that's why people become ex-vegans. No, it's not. They're lying why they became ex-vegans. They were probably eating 1 carrot a day or something.
Right. Well, a lot of people come to the raw food movement with eating disorders, and they're hiding their eating disorder, pretending to be raw. But like they're starving, they're fasting, they're
starving themselves.
They're anorexic, right? And they need help, and they're not getting it. And then they die of anorexia, and they die of a fruit-based diet.
Yep.
But I'm not dying by far.
No. You're eating living foods.
Yeah.
Everybody should eat living food. Now, I will tell you that the cooked food that I eat, it's soaked and home cooked lentils. Because it really got me excited when I found out they had cyanobacteria on the roots. They taste like highly seasoned mashed potatoes to me, and I don't put anything on it. I don't put salt. I don't have salt in the house. I don't have pepper.
Why don't you use salt?
Salt is nasty. It's like a chemical. That's in my food fortification chapter. When salt was dumped into everything.
I didn't get to that yet. Ooh,
it's a toxin. It's a toxin. It's a chemical. It has nothing to do with food. It's just some lab created junk.
What are some side effects of eating salt?
Well, there's bloated. You get bloated. It sucks the water out of you. It dehydrates you. I always stayed away from salt because I would look at my face and I go, God, I look like I ate too much salt, you know. And but yeah, it is a chemical. It's a chemical, and they dump when you get to that food fortification chapter, it's diabolical as well. What they've dumped into the food in the pretext of preventing or curing disease. And there are always these little diseases like goiters or something, you know.
Yeah. I can't wait. Thank you so much, Anthea. You're amazing.
You're welcome.
I definitely want to have another conversation with you because I loved this conversation. You're so knowledgeable. You're so I don't know. You just make it easy for me to understand these complicated things that have taken place to get B12 to the market, to create this lie. And you made it easy to understand. And I appreciate how you wrote this book. And you have a great sense of humor. And I appreciate that too.
That's why, Jeannette, I tried to stay away from medicalese. And anything that was in like the scientific or medicalese language, I tried to break it down into simple language that I could understand.
Thank you so much. And thank you for caring about the animals. Thank you for standing up for the animals.
Love them.
Yeah. And you talk a lot about how the vitamin industry started with torturing animals.
Yes.
Now I am for sure going to spend the rest of my life trying to get the word out that we don't need to take supplements because they are evil. They were created in science labs, experimenting on animals, and this is not okay.
Not okay.
And I'm really grateful to you for this knowledge. And I'm not even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you for to come back when I finish the book.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'd
Everyone.
love it.
Yes. Do you have okay, so the book, are you on social media at all? Can they follow
Not really.
you?
I'm just like a reclusive writer.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I do have a Substack that I'm trying to grow, and I do have a BitChute that I started a few years ago that I have fun making videos for.
I love it. Okay, so you'll send me the link and I'll put it
Yeah.
down below.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
absolutely.
I'm putting the link down below to the book. Guys, the book is it's $10 on Amazon. It's the best $10 you'll ever spend in your life.
And 99 cents for the Kindle.
99 cents for the Kindle to change your life, $1? Are you
It's
kidding?
the cheapest that Amazon would allow me to go on both of them.
It's cheaper than a B12 supplement. So guys,
Yep.
do me a favor.
There you go.
Get the book, and you can share it with your friends the way Dr. Greger says, get a supplement. You could share it with your friends, $5 a month. Okay, you can share the book with your friends, $10 a month.
Yep.
And thank you so much. You're amazing. And I will see you soon. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to put another video right here on the screen, which is going to lead you to the discussion with me and Doug Graham on B12. And let me know what you think. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
No pre-Alzheimer's here. My nerves are solid, okay? And I've been eating animals in 53 years, and I have a severe B12 deficiency. Harvard Medical Institution, explain to me, how did I hack the system? Explain to the world, how did I hack the system? How come I have a severe B12 deficiency and I show no symptoms of a B12 deficiency? Look at my nerves. Steady. You can read my mind. It is not shrinking. It is actually expanding. Please. No issue with B12 deficiency. Y'all got a bogus system going on. You need to really educate human beings on the power of living foods. The biggest reason why they have been able to sell us on eating animals is the whole issue of B12. The B12 issue is the most burning issue that we have that have really corralled us in pens, like we are, animals ready for the slaughterhouse. And obviously we are ready for the slaughterhouse because we are now killing ourselves personally. They don't have to set it up for us to be slaughtered by their clans. We are clanning and killing ourselves individually. So the B12 issue is really on the top of our plate, should be on top of everybody's plate. And again, it is tied to this issue of animals. They say that since there are no B12 in plant foods, we must be eating animals, consuming animals to get our B12. That's the big justifications. And when you look at something like B12 and all of the nutritional analysis that they use to justify or market, their business, we see that it's all about that and nothing else, business. It's about profit and loss. For me, it's the bankers who have taken over the food basket, whether the bankers, on Wall Street or or they're down the corner, in your supermarket, your grocery store, peddling you junk, garbage, peddling you death, then you know what I'm talking about. So for them, it's strictly about profit and loss, not about how the food is going to make you feel, think, look, or whatever. And we see the wreck that we're in today. So the way they arrive at how much B12 the human body needs, they analyze the excrement of people who eat animals. And they say you excrete so much B12, you need to replenish that much. So when we look at that and we see the loads of B12 that we're consuming, we have been consuming in these animal flesh, we see that you look at our excrement, the way they're looking at it, and you see that in our excrement, 95% of the B12 that we consume based on the SAD diet, the standard American diet, which they have definitely they threw that in the trash bin. But yet many of us are still eating like, the pyramid, the standard American diet is our fare, the SAD diet. So that situation basically has been There's been a revolution against that. It's thou shalt not kill. That's it. So with them, vegetarianism ends after that. It ends at thou shalt not kill. As long as you're not killing, today it's come down to as long as you're not the man running the slaughterhouse, as long as you're not the one chasing around the headless chicken in your yard, trying to put it in the pot, then you're fulfilling your commandment of thou shalt not kill. So you hire a butcher, you hire a beekeeper, you hire these killers to go ahead and do the slaughtering for you. And you're cool. You're cool, you know. You could just look in your Bible and you see, you know, in Genesis, behold, for I've given unto you the seed-yielding fruits, and unto you they shall be your meat. Back then the word meat meant food, not animal flesh. So basically they're telling you the fundamental law of food, of eating, is foods that have seeds, period. If they don't yield seeds, that's it. And they use the apple and the grape as the standard.